And welcome back, everybody, to the Darker Side podcast, where we discuss local rock, punk, and metal music, the paranormal, and horror-based media. I am your host, as always, Nick Dodge. I guess I'm from Nick Dodge Film and Photography. With me, as always, my co-host and yeah, whatever that word is, Hassel.
Me, Hassel Loera. I'm associated with Ace Productions and Ace Loera Productions. Sorry,
There you
Ace
go.
Loera Productions. I do film and that kind of stuff.
Right, and
So,
then who do we have in back?
We got Kevin Pineda,
Let me
right
see.
there.
There
right
he
there,
is.
that little guy,
There he is.
right there.
And then with us today, we have some special guests, the bassist and guitarist of the band Suspicious Activity.
Yep.
We have Caesar.
Yeah, it's Caesar.
Caesar,
Does
okay.
he have the same last name as me? What's his last name?
Pineda.
That's my last name.
Is it?
Is there?
I was like, wait a minute. Is that my brother?
And then Braden? Right?
Braden, yeah.
Braden, perfect. Well, how you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Doing all right, yeah.
It's great to have you here, especially on the first episode.
Thanks for
Right.
having us, man.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. Now, a couple questions, I guess. Just to start off with, could you describe your band for us? What genres do you fit? What music do you play, etc.?
It kind of varies a lot. Like, at first we had a lot of skater punky songs. Like, it was really unorganized, and then it turned like street punky, and then like got really funky for a time. It's just like changes all the time.
Yeah, it was originally supposed to be a funk band, and then he joined the band. You can't have a funk band with the way he plays.
Right.
Oh, okay.
It just didn't work out.
So your band has kind of adapted and evolved over time in that case?
Yeah, definitely.
That's funny. And how many years have you guys been on the scene?
I've been going to punk shows since I was like 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been involved in the scene for maybe about a little over 2 years.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Okay. So we got some mild veterans.
Yeah.
here
a
with
little
us.
bit.
Yeah. Awesome. Speaking of the scene, actually, I had a question going through my mind last night with the whole punk scene in general, and we have all these politics in play. No matter where you go.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, is the punk scene picking up? Are there more punk bands out there now with this sort of movement going on?
Yeah, I think it was probably like a year or two ago that I was noticing that there was a lot less punk bands. There was just more like hip hop was kind of coming up in the scene, and that was like a big deal. But you got bands like Almatea and us, obviously. There's a few other bands that just kind of came up out of nowhere and just kind of took over, and then like house shows started happening more often.
Yeah.
And it definitely blew up a little bit.
Awesome. I believe that.
Yeah.
And that's actually the answer I was looking for. I was in a band. My first band ever. I was telling Hassel this earlier. Was one of those emo hardcore bands, back in the day. Because when I was in high school, I graduated in 2009. The big hardcore emo movement was kind of coming about.
Yeah.
And I was put on as the guitarist. I didn't know how to play guitar. Yeah. So I remember going to school. I got this brand new Fender and everything. One of those cheap, $300 packs with the amp and stuff. The really most basic guitar you could get. And I was so excited that I just strapped it to my back all day during high school, trying to be a little show off, like, oh, look at me, I play guitar. Right?
Yeah.
And so a band came up to me at the end of the day and was like, hey, you play guitar? And I was like, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
You could say that.
Yeah. I do that.
I strum the chords.
Yeah. So they were like, hey, why don't you come to practice with us? I was like, okay, sure. And so practice was horrible. It was awful. I don't know. Because, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
You have a guitar. You said you play it. You don't play it. So I had the lead guitarist actually being like, no, let's stop. Okay, do this for me, Nick. And I was like, okay, I think I got it.
Just went for it. You kind of have to do that
It was
sometimes.
such a mess. It was such a mess.
I didn't know how to play bass.
Oh.
And I started a band, and it was bad.
Is it true that playing bass is easier than guitar?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to get into all that. That's I wish I could say it is, and I wish I could say it isn't. If that
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you're a good bassist, I guess. I've seen a lot of bassists just play like just the 1 or 2 notes.
Yeah, I've
no.
seen that a lot too. My brother, he actually plays both guitar and bass,
Oh, does he?
and he's not even in a band. He's just really big fan of the Beatles and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he's trying to like imitate their sound and everything, and I gotta say he's pretty good at it, honestly. Like he's not half bad or anything. Like, and he learned by himself. I'm surprised that he actually got to that point, but
Right.
he's been playing every single day. Every time I get home, doom 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 doom.
That's
So-
how it sounds, right? When
Yeah.
you're playing in the bass.
Oh,
Dun,
dude.
dun, dun, dun.
All the time, every day.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Let's see. Since you were just speaking, Hassel, you want to go over some mainstream releases?
Mainstream
for us?
releases. All right, so we got Under Oath, Erase Me
Ooh.
for the first one. We got Camelot, The Shadow Theory,
Oh.
Wonder Years, Sister Cities.
Now, I've seen Wonder Years play with like Kill Switch Engage and stuff. I'm still not a big fan. Live, they're great, but just their like studio stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never really got into it.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah,
guys.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
seen bands that I'm like, oh, that was so awesome, and then I get their
Mhm.
CD and I'm like, wow, this really. Is not good.
Just need some improvement. What else we got?
Oh, we got Dr. Octagon. Dr. Octagon.
Thank you.
Goose Moose Bump.
Moose bumps.
I'm tongue tied.
You need some coffee.
Dr. Octagon, Moose Bumps, good rap.
It is good. I'm not a big like rap fan or fan of rap and hip hop in general, but I came across Dr. Octagon on iTunes. It's actually some pretty hardcore stuff, and it's not just your typical like Lil Wayne kind of sound, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's always good. What else we got?
We got the Dead Daisies, Burn It Down.
And this to me sounded like rip off Avenged Sevenfold meets Five Finger Death Punch.
Oh, man.
Oh,
That's the
no.
best way I could describe it.
Really?
Yeah, and like nobody's gonna know what I'm talking about until they go on the iTunes and like just listen for themselves.
Yeah.
You'll hear it.
You'll
Yeah.
hear
You're
it.
like, what? Really?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
All right, we got Bleed From Within, Era. Anything you got to say about that one?
I like how I wrote it's almost deathcore. Like
Almost.
I don't know where
It's
I was
about
going.
to be there.
Yeah.
We got Caliban Elements. Wait, yeah, I just said that
Caliban
one.
Elements.
Caliban Elements.
Oh yeah, they were the guys that sound like Haste the Day a little bit.
Yeah.
If anybody knows who Haste the Day is. Not a band any longer, but
Oh, okay.
great Christian hardcore band. Not to get too religious. I'm not Christian,
Mhm.
but I still enjoy some Christian music. It's usually metal or hardcore.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
gospel stuff, not really my taste.
Yeah. I feel
Yeah.
that.
We got Patty and the Rats, Riot City Outlaws.
Now that was very fun, upbeat kind of pop punk sort of. No, I got it right here. It's right in front of me. Pop punk and Irish punk with a pirate theme.
That sounds
Oh,
like
so,
the best show ever.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever seen The Departed. You seen
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Departed,
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
opening song. Yeah, like,
Yeah, it's just like that.
we got Winter. Like,
This is the one.
remind
This
me.
is the one you had.
Remind me,
Winterfell.
Winterfell, The Hollowing of Airdome. Airdome.
Airdom?
Airdome.
Airdom? Oh, you're off the show.
Yeah,
after
I'm off the
this.
show. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, guys, I quit. I'm sorry.
And then so, are you finally ready to hear about my experience?
Yes, I've been waiting for
So-
about 2 weeks.
Yeah, right.
Wanting to listen to this.
So,
already.
me and my lady drove up for an hour to Central City to see the Knights of Pythias Cemetery. It's this super old cemetery, like built in late 1800s or something like that.
Yeah.
The headstones are like classic headstones that you'd see in like film and such.
Yeah.
And the drive up there was crazy, first off. I mean, you get to see so much scenery and stuff on the whole way there.
Yeah.
And we stayed 2 nights at the Nicky Lee Mansion, which is where actually my ghostly haunting actually took place there.
Wow.
Oh.
And so the second morning, we drove up to the cemetery, and it was the craziest weather in the world. Because first it was sunny, coming out of Central City, and then started the rain. Okay, that's fine. And then by the time we got up to the top of the hill where the cemetery was, snow. Just slushy snow just pouring down on us.
It's just a horror movie in real life.
I know.
What's gonna happen?
It was so wild. And yeah, there you go. But it's great. Like, that is Colorado weather embodied.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
there. Sun,
Minus
rain, snow. We came back, still rain, back to sun, then it snowed that night. And then the next morning, sun again. I was like, okay, well, time to head home. But the stay at the Nikki Lee Mansion. So, fact or fiction, right? You're just gonna have to go by my word by this. But I was wearing a hat. I usually wear a cap, right? And while filming inside there, because I was doing a video for them, for Nikki Lee herself, and I felt my hat just go in and like touch my head, right? Just like indent inward. Now I felt a hat, pop out.
Yeah.
That makes more sense to me. But for it to just go in,
Yeah.
I was like, wait,
Wait
what
a
the heck
minute,
just
hold on.
happened? Yeah.
Right.
That don't make sense.
I looked over and my lady's like a mile away. So, and she saw me looking around. I'm like, what the heck just happened?
Yeah.
What did I couldn't figure it out. And then later that night, we both woke up at about like 1 or 2 a.m. and the windows were closed. Okay. Air was off. Fireplace was off. The curtains just start swaying. Right.
Huh.
And we came back from gambling and stuff that night, so I was already like too drunk to like get out my camera and be like, let's capture this on footage. But
I promise you I'm not that drunk.
yeah, no, I was definitely not that drunk.
Yeah.
It was just the strangest thing, and little things like that like freaked me out. Like I could be in a dark room in some abandoned building somewhere,
Yeah.
and I'm fine. I'll walk around, I'll take my time, get out the camera, listen for audio,
Yeah.
be like, ghosts, speak to me.
Are you there?
Are you there?
Please.
I'd like a number
I
one.
need
large.
One large. Yeah, so it's just the strangest occurrence. I was hoping to capture something like that at the Knights of Pythias
Yeah.
Cemetery.
Like a
But
little white shadow or something.
yeah, because I've been there before. During my high school years, I would go up there, and we would go there like 3 a.m., just bust into the place, some flashlights, looking around. You could hear like the mountain lions in the background hunting you, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm not making it home tonight, am
Yeah.
I? I don't know. You guys ever have experiences like that?
I used to sneak into Fairmount Cemetery a
Oh,
lot.
yeah?
And yeah, I saw some weird things, but nothing that really got to me. But I remember this one specific night where we're in there for like 2 hours. There's like 10 of us, and out of nowhere, it's like there's just me and this girl, and like we don't know where everyone is. So we're like, all right, we guess we gotta head toward the gate. And I don't know, maybe I'm crazy and I was just freaking out.
Right.
But I'm like getting close to the gate, and I look back, and it looks like just like a big, huge tombstone. And then it's like, okay, cool. And then like for some reason I look back again, it looked like there was like 4 more. And then I was like, okay, we're hopping out this fence. Like,
Yeah.
what is this? We gotta go. Like we jump over, my hands get all cut up.
Too
It was
much, yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you had anything?
I mean, not as far as ghosts, but one time in middle school, I was hanging out with some friends on Halloween, and this sounds totally made up, but we look overhead, and there's like this UFO just like slowly flying. It's like shaped like a nacho. It's like triangular
Like a
and
nacho.
stuff.
Oh wait, I've actually heard of a lot of cases like
Yeah,
that.
and it's like it's just slow, and we're like, what the heck is that? And then it just like zooms off into nowhere. It's
it was
kind of
just
cool.
a Doritos commercial.
Yeah, it was- I also eat Doritos.
Yeah, I remember one of my most clear memories, because I've had a lot of experiences of this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And one of my most clear memories is when I was in elementary school, and at my elementary school, supposedly like 20 years back, a little girl died there, and like she died on the swing set. She like something about her hair got caught in it, and it like pulled a nerve, and she ended up dying.
Okay.
Whoa.
And I don't know, it was weird, but like so ever since then they say that if you swing on the far right swing really slowly, you could hear. So my friend, he sat there and he started like what do you call it? Like he started like making the ghost match supposedly,
Okay.
and then like all of a sudden he gets pushed, like his body goes forward and everything, and I'm like, okay, what happened? And that I don't know. That's one of the things that gave me chills back then.
Right.
That's pretty horrifying.
Yeah.
Well, anyhow, guys, when we return from our quick break, which will be featuring music from Suspicious Activity.
That's us.
Yes, it is.
I hate that band. That band sucks.
They're horrible.
So when we return after the break, list of upcoming local shows for y'all, interview with these two lovely gentlemen, and a look at the new horror movie, A Quiet Place, when we return.
3-minute break.
lost my job today. I think I found my mind. Tired of these long adventures all the time. Drinking till I can't feel this. What even really happened? I can't remember. I quit. With this drinking.
So when we get back, maybe
Oh, I quit. I
podcast.
quit.
It's Hassel.
Lost my phone, I lost my teach. I crashed my car, didn't get too far. I fell off stage, think I got laid. Mom kicked me out, I'm so fucking late. Drinking shit. Why? I quit! With this drinking shit. Fell in love 5 times last week. I fell into a bush, I think. Almost lost my best friend, got my car towed. Oh man, I fucked up again. I can't remember. I quit.
Let's do a cold cut back. Bring us back.
Look at yourself. Do you like that? Look at yourself. Are you having fun? This is not healthy. This is not right. The way it hurts you, you could end your f***ing life. How can you look him in the eye? What do you think? How can you live with yourself? How can you breathe? How can you breathe? How can you f***ing breathe? How can you f***ing breathe?
So, Pueblo
Yeah.
is pretty far
Far and nasty.
Yep.
and nasty.
Not a good place.
No offense to anybody that lives in Pueblo.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Darker Side podcast. Once again, I'm your host, Nick Dodge, Hassel, and the members of Suspicious Activity.
Hello.
Hassel, I think you got some show announcements for us.
Right here on this piece of paper.
Perfect.
Okay, so on the 3rd of April, we got a deer and a horse at High Dive.
That's what the band name is. A
Uh,
deer, a horse.
A deer, a horse.
A
Man.
deer, a horse.
On the 4th of April, Battle of the Bands semifinals at
Woo!
Herman's Hideaway.
Woo!
That's
See how that
exciting.
goes. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I've heard bad things about battles of bands.
Yeah. I just don't want to be embarrassed, so I won't ever join one.
Oh, okay. Oh, is that what it's for?
I think so. Just to be straightly embarrassed.
Right,
Okay.
cool. So also on the 4th of April, Soft Kill and Vows at High Dive.
Very Twin Peaks-esque night after listening to those two bands.
And from what I heard earlier, we don't really know anything about Seventh Circle right now.
Yeah, Seventh Circle, I don't know, they're doing cover shows, right?
Cover show last night, yeah.
Yeah, okay, well, that's that. I
In
was
the
going
summer they're cool. There's a couple good shows in summer. I don't know about new
Yeah,
ones
yeah,
right
we're
now.
kind of waiting for the summer because that's when everything picks up,
Yeah.
you know. And then I was going to talk about, like, radio-sponsored
Mhm.
concerts, but I think I'm going to save that for another day just because of time.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it was this whole thing. We'll get to it eventually. We'll get to it eventually, so tune in
Eventually.
to a later episode for that. For now, got some more questions.
All right.
You guys
Cool.
ready?
Yep.
I hope so.
So, here's a basic question. How did your band form?
Well, before I met him, like I said, I was it was supposed to be like a funk band with my lead singer and I and my drummer from my previous band. And I ended up just meeting this guy at a show.
Yeah, so me and the drummer were just like looking for an excuse to hang out, and we're like, oh, there's this show tonight. So we went, and Caesar ended up being there, and I was kind of hanging out, like sitting on the curb with them. And like the drummer, his name's Nay, is talking to Caesar, and he's all, you know, when are we getting this band started and blah, 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 band stuff. And I was like, hey, you know, could I join this? and they were like, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
And we
Practice
met.
the next weekend. And
Yeah, we met in the
was good.
drummer's basement. It was really awesome.
Yeah.
That's how every great band comes together on the curb of the street.
Yeah.
Hey. That's so great. So what's the drive and passion behind your band's music?
I think, I don't know. I grew up listening to punk rock. Like, it's been my favorite thing. Like, skating and punk rock were like what I do to like kind of clear my mind. And I started playing guitar when I was 6. So it was like, you know, that's always what I wanted to do, was just be in a band. Didn't want to do anything with it. It was just like making music.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, same for me. I just always like wanted to do music stuff. I don't ever want to do anything else. So
I hear you.
Yeah.
I'm the same right here. Like, this is all I ever want to do these
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
Podcasts and
Mhm.
studio work.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love music. I used to make a bunch of music
Yeah.
myself, but lately I just do not have time for it. You
Yeah.
know? You
Yeah.
gotta pick your passions.
Yeah. We're just too angry to do podcasts. So we got to make horrible music.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call.
Well, that's what
I
you go
wouldn't call it
into.
horrible.
That's why you go into violent movies.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's what I do. I do really violent stuff for my
He does.
films.
All his films, like, somebody has to die, and it's usually Kevin.
Yeah, it's usually Kevin.
poor Kevin.
Sorry, Kevin. Glad you're still here.
It's a miracle.
Yeah.
You killed Kevin.
There we go. Some South Park references in the show. Now you-
Colorado, man.
Yeah, you know this show's local when we make
Yeah.
a South Park
Yeah.
reference. And then, I mean, anything else you'd like to add to your fans, to our fans, to potential people, listeners that want to get into your band?
I don't know. You should just like listen to us.
Yeah, come see
Ooh.
our shows and
Ooh.
check us out on Facebook. Come say hi. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just kind of get into it, man. It's a beautiful thing. Not us, but you know,
But the
music
music.
scene and the venues and the local people are really awesome.
Yeah.
You know, you meet a lot of good people and that do a lot of great things that you would never know about. So you should probably go check it out.
The local scene's freaking amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's great.
so cool, man.
It's so fun.
Like, I just hang out at Mutiny all day and meet so many good people, dude.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why we included local music in the show.
Mhm.
Because there is something special about it. It's just one big family.
Yeah,
And we
Yeah.
want to kind of integrate people into that,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Just a quick update, by the way, people. Sugar Skulls and Marigolds will not be making it. They got a new album coming out, so we're looking for a replacement band for them on the 16th. We have somebody in mind, but until that's official, they can't make it. But nonetheless, go ahead, check out their new album when it drops. They have a release party, I think, this Friday. Maybe this Friday. I don't know why I looked
Probably.
over at you
No.
guys.
Some
Yeah,
point.
like, tell me.
I hope so.
And also, don't forget, we got plenty of free content over on our Facebook group page at Darker Side Productions, as well as free content for anybody not willing to subscribe at the moment over on our Patreon. Oh, I'm looking at yours. I'm like, wait, what happened?
Those are my papers.
Yeah.
These are my papers.
Let's talk about A Quiet Place.
Oh man.
Let's talk about A Quiet Place, huh?
Yeah.
I'm not talking about A Quiet Place like this because this is not a very quiet place. A Quiet Place seems like a pretty good horror movie about to come out. It's got a perfect 100% on Rotten Tomatoes out of 30 reviews. It's not even released yet. This bloody thing is 100%. So it better be good. It's by director John, help me with this last name, who plays...
Krasinski.
Thank you. Who plays Jim Halbert from The
So
Office.
hot.
What?
He's so hot.
And so far, yeah, it's the best rated film with 100%. His worst film, License to Wed, at 7%. Big difference.
Yeah.
Big
Wow.
difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was also in the Muppets movie.
Was he?
Yeah, I found this out the other day. He's in the Muppets movie
Is he a
somewhere.
Muppet?
I
he's
don't
a
know.
Muppet
He
Caesar.
kinda looks his hand
He's
about
a
the
Muppet.
So that threw me off. I shouldn't have included that.
I'm sorry.
The last good horror movie I saw wasn't even a horror movie. You guys see Annihilation?
I haven't.
No.
Oh god, there's this one scene. I'm not gonna ruin it. There's a bear, and I don't get that uncomfortable. I've seen so many horror movies in my life. I just sat there and I was like, oh, what's gonna happen? It was crazy. It was wild.
Annihilation is the one where it's like the
Yeah, you got
dome,
the
right?
shimmer and it's
Yeah.
kind of
Is that the one with Leonardo DiCaprio?
No, that's the one with
Leonardo.
Natalie Portman, right?
Yeah, Natalie Portman.
Okay, yeah. no, I've
Leonardo
seen that one.
DiCaprio. He's in movies still.
I think so.
I thought he won his little Oscar or
And it
whatever
was
and like
just
took
done,
off.
yeah.
Took off. I'm retiring.
That's all I needed.
I made it.
But what do you guys think of a Quiet Place? Seeing the trailers and all that.
I'm
Yeah,
really excited.
I mean, I've seen the trailers and stuff, but my problem with it is kind of like, it's the guy from The Office. Like,
Like full prank, dude. Like, what are you doing?
yeah.
I don't know. I'm
This whole
excited
thing was just
for
a
it.
prank.
Do you guys not like The Office?
I
I
like
love
The
The
Office.
Office.
It's
Yeah.
It's
just
just
like,
that when you see like a guy in comedy, and then just
Oh, okay.
transition. into-
right, like it's such a
Yeah.
switch in vibes.
I think it's gonna be interesting. I think it's an interesting like idea for a movie. And then I don't know. I'm just excited to see him in the movie because I got like the biggest crush on him. It's just like what? Like that's so cool. But no, it's kind of horrifying because
Hey-
I'm not a quiet.
Hey,
person.
John, get in contact with me. I got a potential date for you.
Hey man,
Isn't he married?
to me,
John.
John, I don't know.
He's married to Pam.
no.
Oh yeah, he's married to Pam.
Yeah.
We had to have a long talk about that. It was really intense, but you know, it went really well.
And back on track, A Quiet Place. It's such a basic idea.
Yeah.
Like just shut up and you won't die. Basically,
Yeah.
it's like that
Mhm.
horror movie with the deaf woman. I forget what it was called. Do you ever see that? It was on Netflix. She's deaf. She can't hear. Somebody breaks into her house, tries to kill her, but she like fights him off. And
Oh
stuff.
wait,
Oh,
hold
no way.
on. Yeah,
Yeah.
in the woods, right?
Well, there's a house, but it is in the woods.
Yeah, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know which one.
Okay.
Where he's got like a crossbow and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was crazy. Anyhow, let's wrap this show up, shall we? So this has been the Darker Side Podcast, first ever episode. Very excited. It's going to be free and available to everybody. That's the video podcast, the audio for it. We'll also have highlight reels, clips, and everything on the Facebook and Patreon page. Thank you guys so much, of course, for
Yeah, thanks for
Come back to
having
the
us.
show.
Thanks for having us,
Yeah.
man. It's awesome.
I know Monday morning's pretty rough. might fix that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully.
don't forget to invite your friends, your family,
Yep.
a stranger on the street.
Tell everybody about us.
Find us at Angelo's, Fashion Nation, and local venues. I guess our flyers, not us. Maybe we'll be there. I'll be
Yeah.
there. I'll be, for some shows and such. And then, you guys got any last words?
Are you gonna
Any
kill
last
me?
words?
Yeah, are you gonna,
That's what I
are
was
you gonna
thinking.
kill us?
No.
No, the horror section already happened. We're past
Yeah.
that
Okay,
segment.
we're
I can't
good.
kill you anymore.
Yeah, Caesar, quit being distracting.
I guess come see our show and go
Yeah.
support your local
Yeah, do
scene.
you guys
man.
have shows coming up?
Yeah, we've got
We're
quite a
playing-
few.
We're playing the 13th at 7th Circle.
Okay.
The 17th at Mutiny Cafe. And then we're opening for the Pairs in what is that? That's way
May.
down the line. That doesn't
Yeah,
need
it's
to
in
be
May.
put out
Okay.
there. But yeah, those are upcoming shows.
Yeah,
You got a couple shows going on this month.
Yep.
Go check them out, people.
yeah,
I
do
mean,
it. I
you-
dare you.
But support your scene. Support everybody, man.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And then, of course, until next time, this has been the Darker Side Podcast with Nick, Uso, Kevin, and whoever we try and get on this little boat of ours.
Yep.
Till next time, everybody, have a nice morning.
See ya.